unfolding. They just found it all in her email. She's guilty. Send her to prison. This past week, two very interesting crooked Hillary Clinton emails were released thanks to an FOIA request from BuzzFeed reporter Jason Leopold by the State Department, and people are currently trying to decipher what they mean and how they play into the former Secretary of State's crimes. Here is the first email. From Justin Cooper. Send, September 2, 2011, 8:03 and 46 seconds p.m. To Brian M. Pagliano. CC, John Davida. Subject, question. Easy to do. Go to Settings. Advanced. Service Books. And delete anything that says CMIME. Or hr15@blackberry.net. Or hdr22@clintonmail.com. Try to leave the stuff that says desktop. Got that, JD? It's not clear if CMIME is a typo or intentional, and we are nowhere close to figuring out what it means. The second email released is a back and forth between Hillary, who is referred to as H, and Huma Abedin have with Chelsea Clinton, who has been confirmed to write under the alias Diane Reynolds. Chelsea describes a notable security encounter she had at an undisclosed location, which is most likely an airport. Below is a condensed version of the odd exchange. From Diane Reynolds. To Huma Abedin, H. Sent, Jan 30, 17/20/2010. Subject, Random FYI. Hello my two favorite people who work at the State Department. I was delayed and stopped at, redacted, coming into, redacted, on, redacted, and, redacted, leaving, redacted on my flight on the ground. On, redacted, it took me probably 5 minutes to clear through. Everyone else went through while I waited, and tonight it took much longer. People were called out and conferrals happened in rapid Arabic while the then gathered stared at the screen with my data on it. One of the men said I may need to answer a few cues. I said of course. More conferrals. Ultimately, I didn't after the senior man pressed a button that clearly removed whatever was troubling the first few. I had visions of having to call the U.S. Embassy. Strange though, isn't it? Anything I should be concerned about, we should try to fix? Hillary, I can't imagine what it could be. Do you know, Huma? Chelsea, strange isn't it? Because it happened in and out of, redacted, and they looked very serious tonight. The young man was upset. He clearly thought it was premature, even after a while, to allow me to pass through. Something he saw on the screen? All my travel given my age and sex? Or a less savory person with the same name? Hillary, weren't you traveling under your own name? Has it ever happened before? Chelsea, long redaction. It was odd, particularly tonight. The men could not have been more calm and professional, but it was notable, and the woman from the airlines kept saying, "This has never happened before," which wasn't comforting. Security here is omnipresent and thorough, which I hope translates into effective. Please don't worry, it was just odd and I wanted to raise as a FYI. Who knows if we will ever know for sure what these exchanges mean. But one thing is for certain, the more we learn about what went on when crooked Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, the more we are in disbelief at how this woman can still be roaming the world free and clear. It's no wonder that former FBI Director James Kallstrom, who is best known for spearheading the investigation into the explosion of TWA Flight 800 in the late 90s, once called the crooked Clintons pathological liars and blamed Attorney General Loretta Lynch for botching the Clinton email server investigation, where she should have been made to answer for her crimes in the court of law. Via Fox News. FISA memo puts the whole system at risk, FMR. FBI Assistant Director. FISA memo contains major federal felonies, says ex-FBI official Kallstrom. Former FBI Assistant Director James Kallstrom says the revelations found in the FISA memo puts the agency at risk. Former FBI Assistant Director James Kallstrom on Friday said ex-FBI Director James Comey can be exposed to multiple federal charges and criticized Comey's tweet calling out unnamed weasels and liars. I think he's exposed to numerous federal charges: violation of the Federal Records Act, perjury, clear perjury up in the Congress, and probably obstruction of justice. I think he has some exposure there without question, he told Fox Business' Liz McDonald on Risk and Reward. President Trump approved the release of the controversial FISA memo on Friday, which details alleged federal surveillance abuses. Comey took to Twitter before the release of the FISA memo saying, "All should appreciate the FBI speaking up. I wish more of our leaders would. But take heart. American history shows that, in the long run, weasels and liars never hold the field, so long as good people stand up. Not a lot of schools or streets named for Joe McCarthy." The Democratic memo is set to be released on Monday, though many critics believed that both memos should have been released at the same time. "I think he's, James Comey, 180 degrees out, he's the weasel, I mean he's the one who brought these investigations into the headquarters," he said. Kallstrom said the information that was revealed through the memo was only the tip of the iceberg. "I think there is an awful lot more to come. I think this is just the opening round. I mean it doesn't even get into the unmaskings, and, Uranium One," he said. "It puts the whole system at great risk and it's just outrageous. I think we only know 5% of what we're going to know in another few months. Something tells me the Clintons will never answer for their multiple crimes. It's obvious here in the US the justice system doesn't work when the person is an elitist who is well connected, and you can't get better connected than the Clinton crime family and their many associates and accomplices.